Here's to whiskey kisses, the peaty taste of sin.
Greetings, whiskey folk, and welcome back to Drinking Out Loud's Advent Calendar Countdown to Christmas. We are on day 9. Today is December the 9th, and today it's Maker's Mark time. It's time for a bourbon. Maker's Mark is... Oh, there's a bit left in the bottle. Ooh. I'm excited. Hang on. Maker's Mark is one of my favourite bourbons. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. I know it's not the most highly acclaimed or lauded bourbon, but it's good. I like it. It's got a decent amount of malt content and wheat as well, which I tend to enjoy in a bourbon. I'm not honestly a massive fan of high rye bourbons. I feel like most high rye bourbons I wish were just rye whiskies, you know? Yeah. Anyway, I diverge. One of the crazy things about this, you might notice, this is a limited edition for the BCL's 100th anniversary. And yes, me, Adam Bradshaw, is holding an exclusive for the BCL that was bought and paid for at the BCL. Not by me, but still. This feels weird to a lot of you. Many of you will know that I'm not a fan of the government liquor stores here in British Columbia. I think the entire system is unfair, and I hate having to work with it. However, that being said, I've been told this was a particularly good Maker's Mark expression. I'm looking forward to trying it, and, you know, I feel like at a certain point, Christmas is a little bit about laying down your arms and befriending your enemies. Like that lovely story of Christmas Day and the front lines of the World War, you know? I'm not saying that I'm actually at war with the BCL. That's a bit much. But I think, you know, it's Christmas time. Why don't we all just be friends? So I'm really excited to be trying this one. This is part of their private selection. So this is where they have extra staves in the barrel, and they have a different stave makeup for different editions. So this one has 1 stave of Baked American Pure, 1 stave of Seared French Cuvée, 4 staves of Maker's Mark 46, 2 staves of Roasted French Mediant, and 2 staves of Toasted French Spice. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that means either. It is 111.1 proof, so that's 55.55% alcohol. All the fives. It was bottled on April 2021. Yeah, really, really cool bottling. And I'm excited there's a bit more left in the bottle. I apparently didn't pour this out very well when I was doing the Advent calendar. Sorry. So I'm going to... Well, the lid's gone. I'm going to give myself the extra Christmas treat. Oh, look at that. But don't worry, I've got more. So this is my professional half of the Advent calendar. I've split mine into 2 so I can enjoy the other half at home. Also stops me from getting carried away on these videos and drinking a whole ounce of everything, which would be kind of awkward. All right, let's throw a picture up on the screen so you can get a close-up of what the bottle looks like. And I'll tell you about it. Maker's Mark, founded in 1953 on the rolling hills of Loretto, Kentucky, is an ode to bourbon elegance. Eschewing the usual rye for soft red winter wheat, they've conjured a smooth, rounded spirit that seduces the palate with honeyed sweetness. Each bottle hand-dipped in its signature red wax, as iconic as it is irresistible, bourbon at its genteel best. Of course, the region is Kentucky of the United States of America. It's a style of Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, no age statement, but a cask type of virgin American oak, of course, and a limited edition release at 58.1%. Hang on, that's not right. I found a typo, guys. There's always going to be one. Sorry for everyone who got the Advent calendar and the cards. They're officially now worthless because I got the ABV wrong on this one. It's 55.55. I don't know where 58.1 came from, and I'm very sorry to have misled you all. But it is bottled with no added color or chill filtration, so that might make up for it. All right, Slanger. Or no, that's the Scottish one. What do they say in America? I guess cheers. Cheers. That's a terrible American accent, Adam. Where did that come from? Cheers. Cheers. No, that's Australian. Cheers. No, can't do it. Can't do American accents for the life of me. Oh, yeah, that's... I'll never quite understand why Maker's Mark doesn't get as much love as some of the other sort of wheated whiskies out there. Like, I think this is just as good as Weller. I honestly do. And that's not a knock on Weller at all. I think Weller is fantastic. And I'm not trying to say otherwise. I think Maker's Mark gets a rough end of the stick. Oh, yeah. That is actually a particularly good Maker's Mark. Maybe I should get a private selection for the Strath. I wonder if they'd let us. God, that's good. Is Ray the Maker's Mark guy? I always forget. Ray's the Beam guy. Is he also Maker's Mark? Ray, if you're watching this, do you rep Maker's Mark? And if so, can we buy a cask? Oh, man. That is just... That is lovely. That is truly beautiful. Damn you, BCL. I mean, I tell you to go to... I like this so much that I would actually recommend you go to the BCL and buy this. However, it sold out years ago, so there's no point. But was it actually available? Were it actually available? I would actually say you should go and get it. I would actually advertise for the BCL on this occasion. That's nice, man. Well, this is a beautiful excuse to do something I don't normally do. Thank you for joining in. Let us know in the comments if you've had a particularly good private selection from Maker's Mark, or if there's a different Maker's Mark edition that you really, really like that I should hunt down as well. I mean, of course, there's quite a few of them. The standard Maker's Mark is just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, I mean, Maker's 46 is an absolute phenomenal whiskey. The Maker's Mark cask strength that's now available here in BC is absolutely wonderful too. Yeah, I don't stock much Maker's Mark either, and I think that's one of those things where a little insight into how I pick whiskies for the Strath. It's a bit of a mix. I try not to fall into the trap of just getting whiskies that I like, because I know that I'm just one person and my palate does not speak for everyone. I try and judge whether I should bring whiskies in based on what my customers like. And frankly, I don't sell that much Maker's Mark. I kind of wish I did. Maybe I should push it more. But also, frankly, one of the other big reasons I don't bring it in is because it's mostly available everywhere. If we had access to some smaller editions of Maker's Mark, some more limited run stuff, it's absolutely the kind of thing that I would bring in. But as a specialist store that's quite small, we don't have room for everything. So I often overlook things that are more common, things that you could find at pretty much every other liquor store in town. As such, I don't think we even have regular Maker's Mark in 750ml bottles right now. I think we've only got them in the 375s, which is weird, which is very strange. But yeah, lovely whiskey. Hopefully maybe one of these private select reserves is in our future one day here at the Strath. Maybe we could do a join up with one of the bigger chains or something and do a joint one across the province. That'd be really cool. Anyway, cheers. I did cheers you with my empty hand. Cheers. I'll see you tomorrow for the 10th. I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you there.